with hints, tips and tradie chat. Grab yourself a brew because it's about to start. This is Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky.
Before the show starts, I just quickly wanted to talk to you about Tradify. Tradify is a fast-growing job management platform for all busy tradespeople. It's great for managing all sorts of business admin such as quotes, tracking invoices, timesheets and appointments, leaving you more time to focus on other important things. Tradify have very kindly given me a discount code for my viewers, so check them out by clicking the link in my show description and using discount code AMY50 to get 50% off. Now, let's crack on with this show. Hello, this is Women in Trades podcast. I'm Amy the Sparky, and today I've got Charlotte from Instagram page Charlotte Electrics. Hello, Charlotte.
Hello.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. So I really wanted you to come on today and have a chat with me about college, because you're still at college, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're a third year apprentice, is that right?
Yeah, I'm on my third year.
Well, first of all, what or who inspired you to get into electrics, or is it just something you wanted to do from a kid, or?
No, it was sort of my granddad who inspired me, because we used to do loads of different things when I was little, and as I was growing up, we built our own radio from scratch, all the little receptors in and everything, and soldered it all together. And he used to do computers, so he used to fix all the motherboards on computers. Anything went wrong, he would do it himself. He knew exactly how to do everything. So I thought, I really want to, because he made me really interested in it. So I wanted to do something to do with like sort of mechanics or engineering or something. So I was going for BTECs in engineering and stuff, for like electrical engineering. But then I found an apprenticeship to be an electrician. I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought I might be fixing washing machines or TVs or stuff. When I started, I just loved it. Yeah.
That's great. That's such a nice story. You were very close with your granddad, weren't you? I've spoke to you about your granddad before.
Yeah, he just passed away recently.
Oh, no, I was really sorry to hear that. That's so sad. I was very close with my granddad, and we used to do a lot of stuff together. And yeah, I don't know if I told you before, he was a plumber, and I used to always think about, I could be a plumber, but I've got a OCD and I can't touch toilets, so I thought that's not going to work out for me. But yeah, that's so cute. So you went straight from school, and was it easy to find an apprenticeship, or did you struggle?
Well, it wasn't too bad, because at school I had my careers advisor, and she was helping everyone sort of choose what path they wanted to do. And I hate school, hate college, hate everything academics. I wanted to do something more hands-on that I could just get straight into. Yeah. And obviously I only go to college 1 day a week, and I thought that sounds great for me. Yeah. So I thought, I really want to do an apprenticeship. So then my careers advisor helped me find one with the company I'm with now. So yeah.
So you've been with the same company from the start?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. What did your friends say? Like, because I know most girls, they think, I want to go into, like teaching or nursing or beauty and stuff. And what are your friends like? Are they like you, or were they really shocked when you said you were going to go and do this?
I don't really know. I can't really remember. So I've got loads of different friends now from when I first started. But yeah, I think more people was just like, oh, well, go for it. Like, or stuff, nothing couldn't stop you. So yeah, but I'm not really influenced by anyone or what anyone thinks. So I wanted to do it. Didn't care if people were going to agree with me or not, because I was interested in it. But yeah, like all the friends I've got now, I think like it's great what I'm doing. Yeah. I think, like, if I've got any problems, I'll be calling you. Things to my friends as well. So, and they're like, oh my God, how did you do that? I could never do that. But I love it.
Yeah, you'll find that you'll suddenly get lots of more friends when you, because you're quite handy now. If people think you can fix anything, I get asked to do all sorts, and I'm like, what? Right, but yeah.
About doing a TV aerial, and I'm like, I don't do TVs.
But people ask me to do stuff, and if I say I don't do that, they're like, how do you not do that? It's got wires in it. And I'm like, I just don't do that. Yeah. The thing is, it takes you years to cover everything, doesn't it? Like, I think even after probably 10, 15 years, you always come across something that you've not seen before, you don't know, and I don't know. I think it's over time, your confidence builds up more, doesn't it? And you'll take on more stuff, more of the unknown. But At the beginning, I was a bit scared.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love doing everything new, or like when a new model of something, like a new model of fans come in and it's got different ways of wiring it. I'm like, oh, how do you do this? And I'm so interested. I want to know how to do everything.
That's good. That's a really good attitude to have, because I found when I was at college, I did it full time. I didn't do an apprenticeship. I did level 2 and level 3 in college full time over 2 years. But lots of the lads on the course were obviously a lot younger than me. And a lot of them, I think, were probably there because they had to be somewhere. They had to be in education still for another 2 years. So they just picked that, or they were put on the course because there were spaces left on it. And they had no interest in it. And I think you don't really succeed in something if you've got no interest and you can't be bothered. You don't put any effort in, do you? So I think you've got the right attitude, and yeah, you'll go far. If you want to do it, you'll do it, won't you? So how do you find the college experience overall? Do you find it difficult? Are there other girls on your course?
And there's one other girl who, so when I first started, we was in the same class, and then sort of the second year, like we was doing our scientific principles exam. So then like 3 or 4 people that passed it, and then the rest of us failed the first one. So then they sort of moved on and went on with it. So then, and she passed it, so she sort of went off, and it's more like progress now. Like the people who passed it are more progressed, and we're sort of behind still. But yeah, but we've all passed that exam now. But yeah, it's just slow. I really hate it. Really hate college.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's because we were speaking of like to work and everything, and they're saying like every college isn't the best. Like everyone is worse than the other, or there's going to be bits that you're not going to like about this one that could be better in a different one. But yeah, I'm just really struggling at the moment, especially doing it online, because as I said before, like I'm sort of useless in school and that. So sort of going onto it and then sort of having, because as it's online, you've got to just do it yourself really. Like you don't really have much help from the teachers.
Yeah.
So I am struggling a bit, and I don't know if they're going to extend my apprenticeship, because ours is 4 years, so we've got another year and a half sort of left.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to finish everything in time or what's going to happen really.
It's a stressful time, isn't it? I've spoke to quite a lot of people recently that are in the same situation as you. I think lots of colleges have extended the time, so hopefully you'll be okay. And I do feel for you, because, you know, I would find it really hard to get myself motivated to sit and do it all on the computer at home. So yeah, you're doing really well. Just keep going with it. You'll get there. You'll get there. It might not feel like it now, but you will.
I hope so.
So you're still working 4 days a week then?
Yeah, I'm still working. Well, because I have to do college on Mondays at home. So I'm at home on Monday, then Tuesday to Friday I'm working still.
Okay. And what sort of work do you do with your company?
It's just domestic. So I work for my local council, and it's just mostly domestic work. But we've recently just taken back voids. So I've been on voids. So I was on voids for about a year, just come off them a couple of months ago. And
what's that? Yeah, what does that mean?
So voids is like empty properties. So people that have been evicted or something, or just people that are moved out from a council property. So we go in and then renew the electrics if it needs renewing, or just doing the repairs. So if there's a broken socket, just repair that and go through. And we've got a list like the spec of what we need to do in that.
Right.
So yeah, but on a couple of them, there's been like a couple of rewires and that, which I've just loved doing. But
you like doing that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I've liked it all really, like going back onto sort of day-to-days and getting our appointments and stuff in people's houses. I haven't really minded it, but yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So you've not had a chance to do any commercial stuff yet? It's just all domestic, is it, with the council?
Yeah, I've done a bit of estate lighting, but that's mostly sort of changing bulbs or ballasts, and then sort of you put in some new fittings, but yeah, there's nothing really new or any commercial I've done now.
Right, okay. So do you prefer, when you're doing rewire and stuff, do you prefer first fixing or second fixing?
First fixing.
First fixing?
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't know why, but because we have to do everything in trunking, which is annoying. So I'd love to do chasing, how you chase everything. I've done a couple private jobs with one of the guys I work with. He's taken me with him, and we've like chased some walls for sockets and switches and stuff, which was really good, like for my experience and stuff. But yeah, most of it's in trunking, but I do like doing it because at the beginning I used to do like trunking a little bit wonky, and I used to think, oh no, no one will notice. And then come around the level and they'll be like, well, you've got to put that right. You have to rip it off the wall and then re-drill it on. And I was just like, oh, and I couldn't get it. And then a couple months ago, like we done a first kitchen fix, and I was doing one side and then someone was doing the other side, and we were sort of meeting in the middle. But on my side, I was making sure I'd done everything perfect and it was all level. And they were saying, you've done really well on this one. Like, you've actually made it level.
Oh, that's like, good. Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I love it all. Every sort of aspect I've just been loving recently.
Yeah, that's good. How many fans do you think you fitted? About 5 million?
Oh my God, more. Fans, I think fans is just the one I dislike the most.
Yeah, I saw on your Instagram you moaning about how many fans you have.
All I do is fans. That's what it feels like. It's just fan after fan.
Yeah. Oh. At work, like, do you get on with all the lads? Like, are you with the same team all the time, or do you swap and change?
Yeah, on Voyage you have your own, like, it's a Voyage team, and then when you go into day-to-days, we sort of have a rota, so we can go with different people. So it'd be like 2 months would be with one person, then 2 months would be with a different person, just to get experience from how different people do different things.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, that's really good. But yeah, I get on with everyone. Everyone says they go, Chaz, you're one of the lads. Like they don't not say anything in front of me. Like everything's. Yeah, we all get on really, really well. Us electricians are like a little community at work.
Yeah, that's so good. So do you ever feel like they treat you differently though, because you're a woman, or do you feel like you just everything's the same for you?
At the beginning, it was sort of like they didn't really know what, like where they stood with me, because I started when I was 16 as well. So they were sort of like, oh, like, shall we say this, or like how will she understand our banter? But then sort of as time went on, like they would say stuff and I'd give it back to them like 100 times worse. So they knew like take it, and we always have a laugh.
I think it does take a certain type of woman to work in a trade, just because I don't know, you've got to get along with men, and you've got to be able to deal with all the banter and stuff, because you can't expect to go into a place where 10 men have been working together all this time doing and saying what they like, and for them to put everything to change just because you started working there. I think you've got to sort of fit in. I mean, there's always a line somewhere of what a behavior or is acceptable, but I think if you can have a laugh and stuff, you're okay, aren't you? I don't think you can be too serious, because men are generally not serious, are they?
But I do love it. I do. Like, we all get along so well and have jokes all the time. So yeah, it is good.
It is. That's the same for me. Oh, I've really enjoyed that side of it. What about customers' reactions to you? Do you always get that thing where they open the door and go, "You're a woman, a girl"?
I've had it with, mostly it's women who are like that, really, which is a bit weird. They're like, and I go in and they're like, oh my God, it's so great to see a woman doing this.
Yeah.
Or you haven't said, oh, so what made you want to, like, my worst question, what made you want to do this then? And I was just like, oh, every single day near enough I get at least one person ask me that.
Yeah, I hate that as well. I don't know why I asked you at the beginning, because I hate it when people ask me that.
I know, but yeah, I've had a couple people be sort of funny about it. Like
guy.
Yeah, I had one guy, so we went to fix his bathroom light. So obviously I work with everyone I work with is all men, so I've never worked with another woman going in. So we've gone in. We've knocked on the door. We haven't even gone in yet. And the guy's come to the door and he was like, "Who's she?" And he was like, "Well, she's my apprentice." And he was like, "No, tell Princess to go sit back in the van."
No. What did you say?
I was shocked. I just stood there like I just didn't know what to say. But the guy I worked with was like, "She's either coming in with me or we're not doing a job." He was like,
"Oh, that's so good."
Yeah, he was like, "No, send her to the van," and we went, "Well, we're not doing a job then." And then we just left.
Oh, fair play to him.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. I
find it funny though. Like I don't really get annoyed with it. I just find it funny.
I don't really get offended by it. I just think it's pathetic.
Yeah.
I just don't get it at all. Like,
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? What do you think
I
about it?
know. Yeah, I don't understand it, but you know, you have some people who are really happy to see a woman, and you have other people who can be a bit like, but
I
yeah,
think 99% of people, although sometimes, when you first get there, they're like shocked and stuff, but I think most people are supportive, aren't they? And like you said, especially women, they're always like, oh, it's so good to see, women doing this. I think
yeah,
most,
more time is positive. Yeah.
yeah, a lot more positive than negative. What's your like favorite type of job that you go to? That what would you prefer to be working on?
Mm.
Or do you like the variety of swapping and doing?
Well, on day to days, I'm just doing everything. So you could have a smoke alarm to putting sockets in to putting a pendant up. So I do like the variety of like the day, just doing loads of different things. But I think overall my favourite is sort of kitchens, putting in kitchens, like first fixes and second fixes. That is sort of my favourite thing.
Yeah, that's funny because I'm sick of kitchens now. I don't know if it's because like the end of last year, I just felt like all I was doing was kitchens, rewiring
Yeah.
kitchens, and now I just don't want to be in anyone's kitchen. I've just got sick of it. I like variety of work. Like at the minute, it's outside lights. I feel like everybody just wants an outside light, and I'm like sick of doing them, especially because it's cold and raining all the time. But
I love it all really. I like doing estate lighting as well at work because it's just like because it's so different to sort of inside lighting.
yeah.
It's gonna like not because it would like with different fittings. Obviously, everything's sort of different. Like you have to wire it differently or whatever. And I just love like seeing the difference of like lighting from sort of inside to outside as well.
Is that outside on people's properties or like street lighting?
It's on that, so you have like estates, so like sort of the lights underneath the doors, or you have lights on the sides, or yeah, sometimes underneath and properties and that. But yeah.
Have you got any funny stories for us, things that have happened to you on site or just in work?
Let me think. I mean, I think they're probably like my electric shocks are the funniest ones.
How many have you had?
4 so far.
Oh my god! Tell me about them.
I only remember 3, but I don't know why, but I feel like it's 4. Well, the first one I think is the funniest one. So it was like my first ever week on voids. So putting in all like rewiring all the living room and stuff. So like we was doing all in trunking. So we was adding a socket in for like a TV on the other side next to the aerial point. So we're doing everything. So I thought the sockets were off. So I've like wired it all in for the new socket, done that, and then I'm running it along, gone to the old socket. So I've pushed down the live cable to fit in the new live cable. And as I've touched it, obviously I've got a shock. And I was like, what just happened? And I'm shaking. I screamed and no one was like, are you all right? Everyone just sort of ignored me, thought I was just like happy or something. So I've screamed and like, well, and then like the apprentice who I was with was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I think I just got a shock because I didn't know what it was. And then the next thing, my hands shaking like that, like I can't move, and I'm crying my eyes out. I think I was crying for 3 hours.
Oh my god!
And then obviously the qualified electrician came in, and he was like, "What's wrong with you?" So I just got a shock. I just got a shock, and he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, it's your first shock. You're a proper electrician now. You've had your first shock." I don't like it. I just couldn't stop crying. I was in the van. I was sobbing, driving from like to go get lunch. I was sitting at lunch crying.
Oh my
I just
god!
couldn't stop. Yeah, and then I think my my second one was funny as well. So I was doing lights. So I thought the lights were off as well. I should test these things. I need to learn to test it.
I was gonna say that there's a common theme here. I think you need to just test everything before you touch it.
I've learned that lesson now, trust me. But it was all wrapped in tape and it had connector blocks. So then it was for the light. So and then the guy who I was with, he was working on the fuse board. So I thought if you're working on the fuse board, it must be off because you can't work on it live. But he was putting in a breaker for something, I think, or doing something. But the lighting was still on. So I've just cut through the cable because I thought, oh yeah, like it's getting a connector block. I can't bother to take all the tape off. So I just cut it and it went bang. And I dropped my cutters and I was like, what's that? And he was like, and then everything blew. And And he was like, you just blew the light in. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know what happened. I just dropped the cutters. It was on the floor. And then my cutters were completely black, blown up. And I was just like, oh, my God. So, yeah, I've had a few stories from my shocks, but...
I've blown up a couple of pairs of cutters, like in my first year. But you soon learn, don't you? Because it becomes expensive and you keep blowing up your best cutters. It's so annoying.
It's made me really scared now. Because every time I'm like, is it live still? Like, I don't know whether to touch it or not. Like, even though I check it and I test it, I still don't believe it. I'm
like that. I test it and I retest it. And then I think, but what if my tester's dodgy? If my tester's not working? And I get scared of stuff. And the guy that I work with, he'll say to me, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of it. Yeah. But do you know what scared me? When I was doing testing, I was doing R1, R2, and I was I put the crocodile clip on the earth bar, and then I went to put the probe in the breaker, which I'd switched off, obviously. But I don't know how I was rushing. I put it in the breaker next to it, so the breaker was still live. So as I touched it, obviously it went bang, like right in my face. It melted the probe and all bits like spat everywhere. And I literally jumped backwards off the steps because I was so scared. So you know when you're not expecting it. Yeah. And I was swearing. I instantly burst into tears because it had shocked me so much. And then the customer came running in and he was like, what happened? I was like, I think I put it in the wrong breaker. And then, you know, when you're embarrassed then. Yeah. So then I was like, I couldn't stop crying. It was so embarrassing. But then after that, every time the boss was like, oh, you're going to do some testing today, I was like, no, I don't want to test. But I think I learned a lesson. Like, there's no point in rushing. In our job, there's no point rushing stuff because it can be dangerous. Like, you can make mistakes. You know, it can be serious in lots of situations. So, yeah, I don't rush now. I take my time. I like double, triple check. When I started testing again after that, I used to turn off the breaker that I wanted and the one either side. Just say that if something mad happened and I like slipped and went in the wrong one, it wouldn't go bang. But yeah,
more of the story, test it and take your time.
Yeah, definitely. What's been your proudest moment so far, like since you started? What have you been really sort of proud of yourself for?
I don't know. I'd say sort of non-electrical related, but it was obviously through work and working and getting money and doing my own private jobs and stuff. Buying my first car. I think that was probably my proudest moment.
That's amazing. Well done. How old were you when you got your first car? Was it recently?
Well, it was a year ago now. So I was just turned 18. So I was 18 in October. Then I bought my car in the beginning of December.
Wow.
So I've been working for 2 years, and then I saved all my money, saved it. And then I was like, and I passed my test. And the only reason I wanted to pass was so I could take my nan to Watford. Because my grandpa, because he's really old now, so he sort of stopped driving and he can't really move anymore. So she was like, I'm going to miss going to Watford. I love Watford because she loves going shopping there. So I was like, you better hurry up and get a car. So I thought, I've got to do it just to take her to Watford. So.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I'd say that's my proudest moment.
I'd be proud of that as well. That's so good. What else was going to ask you? Social media. So you've had your account for quite a while, haven't you? You put photos up and stuff, and I've seen some things that you've put on, and people criticize. There's some people that are so supportive, like most people on Instagram are so supportive. I think it's great. I've learned a lot. I've met some awesome people. But there are some people that just want to criticize every little move that you make. How do you find it? Does it bother you? Because I've read through some of the comments on your pictures, and you deal with it so well. Like, you do not care, do you?
I really don't.
Because that's the best way to be.
Yeah, because if I've done something wrong, I'm working with a qualified electrician. So if I've done something that bad, they would tell me, no, Charlotte, you can't do it like that. You've got to do it like this or do it this way. So it's like, I know it's not that bad, and I know it's going to work, and I know I've done it sort of properly. Like, it may not be to the best standard, but then I think I'm still an apprentice. The things that I do are going to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. So I've never let comments get to me, because I think, like, half the time these people have no like posts of their electric work on there or anything, or they probably don't know a thing. Like, so yeah, I don't let it bother me, because I know at the end of the day, I know I'm doing it right. I know I'm still learning. So I can't let anyone get me down. I'm not going to stop posting things because I haven't done it right or anything. I'm just, I'm quite thick-skinned anyway, so I don't let anything get to me, really.
Good for you. I think some people, they just enjoy it, don't they? Like, I don't know what's wrong with people. They enjoy, you know, putting other people down, or, you know, slating work. It tends to be the same people. But like you say, you're an apprentice. Everybody starts somewhere, and fair play to you for getting stuck in and uploading your photos. If you're proud of it, that's all that matters. If you think you've done a good job, like you say, the guys working with you wouldn't let you do anything that was wrong or unsafe. You know, I'm sure that they're checking everything, and that's the way you learn, isn't it? So,
but you need to make mistakes anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I've made loads of mistakes, especially with these fans. When I've had to change a transformer, I've put like the cables the wrong way around. So I put the 12 volt in the 230 or whatever, and then it's blown up in my face. And I thought, oh, well, that's a mistake. And then I've done sockets in a house, and so there's 3 sockets in the bedroom, and they're all different heights. And the guys come in and said, well, you can, as soon as I walk in, I can see that one's on the floor, one's near the ceiling. So, but yeah, I just know that, like, I'm always going to get criticised by the people I work with, but not in a horrible way. Like, it's always constructive.
Yeah.
So if anyone says to me, I just take on board, and I just sort of think, all right, I'll do it different this way, or maybe this will be better. Because I've had someone say to me, like, when I've done a socket, I've recorded it and put it on my Instagram, and they've said, do the earth first, because in case it comes live or anything. So yeah, like, I've had bits like that where I think that's not like the worst thing anyone could say to me. Like, it's always constructive, and I always take on board everything everyone says to me. That's going to help me.
Constructive criticism is really useful. That's like you say, the way that you learn stuff. And I always welcome that, because, you know, I've not been doing this very long. I'm always learning. That's why because I'm only employed 3 days a week. With the rest of the time, I'm trying to sub to different companies, because, like you say, when you work with different people, you learn different ways of doing things.
Really
you get to work on different jobs, you know, and it's all interesting. I love the variety, but also you learn new ways of doing stuff. And constructive criticism is really useful. You know, you learn, and I think there's just a way of saying things sometimes, isn't there?
Yeah, you can say it in a patronising way.
Yeah.
But also, you can say it in a good way that helps people. So
yeah, definitely. So overall, how do you find being a female in the trade, and would you recommend it to other girls that are thinking about going into a trade?
100% recommend it. 100%. Like, just don't even think about it. You just got to go for it. Like, the more you think about something, the more you're going to worry about it. But yeah, like, at the beginning, I never thought, oh, I can't do this, or how am I going to be able to carry things or anything. You just get on with it. You just learn ways of doing things. And yeah, I'll definitely recommend it to anyone who's thinking of going into any trade.
Yeah, I would too. I think there's a lot of things about it that, especially like the training side, going to college with lots of lads and stuff, that might put young girls off. But
yeah,
the good stuff far outweighs the bad, doesn't it?
Like, the reward afterwards as well.
Yeah,
it's great.
The first week, it's like with anything. When you first start, it might be a bit awkward, or you're going to be nervous and scared and stuff. But as soon as you get stuck in, like when I started college, I was not only a woman, I was a lot older than the lads, and I thought, oh, it's going to be so awkward, and no one's going to talk to me. And the first week was rough, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be, an experience. But once everybody gets used to you and realizes you're just a person and not, like an alien, everyone just treats you the same, don't they? And you get on with it. So you definitely advise. Yeah, you definitely advise other girls to get into it then.
100%.
So I think a lot of girls think about it and think, oh no, I can't, but you definitely can. Anybody can.
100%. Yeah, because obviously it's going to be daunting at first. You think, oh, how am I going to get on? Like, will the men treat me differently? Like, are they going to be funny? Like, obviously I thought that at the beginning, but then it's absolutely fine. Like, obviously it's awkward at first. You don't know what to say to each other, and it's a little bit like, oh, like you're much older than me. Like, are we going to get on? But yeah, it's because they're there to do their job and you're there to do yours, so they're going to teach you, and yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. And I think you've got a really good attitude towards it all. And I think you're going to do really well in this industry. And good luck to you. Keep going. Keep posting your stuff on social media. Don't listen to anybody that wants to be negative, because what's the point? And yeah, just crack on.
Thank you.
And enjoy it. And enjoy hitting your 5 million fans. Oh, you must have that absolutely perfected now.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay. Well, I'll speak to you soon.
All right, thank you.
What's your Instagram name? Sorry, if people want to find you or get in touch.
It's Charlotte_electrics.
Charlotte_electrics. Go and follow Charlotte. She's ever so funny. Right. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky. Never miss an episode by subscribing now. Just hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on.